Howdy ho again, everyone. Today we're checking out Terminus Zombie Survivors, the Last Escape DLC, which has been added to the game recently. This is a turn-based zombie apocalypse survival game. Imagine that Project Zomboid or your favorite zombie survival game played like a turn-based board game. That's basically what this game is, if you haven't seen any of my former videos on it. Anyway, it reminds me of some of my favorite zombie board games like Zombicide, Zombies by Twilight Creations, Zombie Plague, which was an old print-and-play game, an old browser game called Urban Dead, and of course Last Night on Earth. But this DLC takes the base game and extends the campaign to what might happen after you've reached the safe zone, building up an establishment in the midst of the zombie apocalypse. This is a sponsored video by Long Play Studios. Originally, I just discovered the game since I sincerely liked it and found it very cozy, but they sponsored the base game last year when I checked it out, and again, they came back because they enjoyed my coverage, so I'm hoping that someone will like it. And anyway, it is nice to see them giving it continued love and support with a little bit of DLC to deepen the experience. Anyway, let's get right into it. We are going to a new game, and we currently have a game in progress, but I'm just going to let that one go. So you do have your old survivors, both of whom had been named AA. I had made it to the end game as a soldier and an athlete the last time that I'd played. Soldier is really good because it has this class has very good combat, so you can just take down enemies, and the athlete is good at running away. I think I'm gonna play as soldier again, just because it's a little bit more fighty. And you do have preset characters. Now you can go in as any of your characters that have made it through the entire game already, which is kind of cool. You can like stick with your RPG as you've gone. You can do slight gameplay setting variations to change the difficulty, the scenarios, or the sandbox settings. So there are different ways to replay and have fun, but I'm going to be playing as Michael. He was on leave when the outbreak started, cut off from his unit and forced to survive on his own. Occupation, soldier. So he is pretty good. He has good strength, so he has a little bit better carrying, better health. So more AP per turn, observation, so I can see further at night, etc. Or just in general, but I believe it's day and night. Combat, obviously very good to be good in combat. Agility helps me dodge. I'm not going to depend on that. And dexterity for a little bit better crafting, but that's not really as important. And a couple of other traits, as well as some survival skills that I've got. So I got plus 100% melee attack damage from where I'm at as the soldier. So it's kind of like CDDA in that way. When you get started, you can try out a number of different builds. All right, so we are spawning into Terminus. We are at the front gates here, held up by the two guards. Hold up, checking. All right, so I'm being checked for zombie bites. You move, I shoot. Wouldn't want it to happen. This is intense already. So we've got our basic kind of board gamey UI. I really like this. I can just kind of slow down in the zombie apocalypse. Carlos, you get bit? No, I'm fine. Or if I were bitten, I wouldn't be standing here. I mean, they seem more or less equivalent. All right. Seriously, I'm clean. I've seen plenty say that right before they turned. How many infected have you killed? Too many to count. And how many people? Dun, dun, dun. We may never... Actually, I think I made it through rather peacefully the last time. Gideon, all right, he's in charge of the settlement. Look at this man's fine haircut. That's enough, you know how fast it happens after a bite. If they made it this far, they're probably fine. Right, I'm Gideon, acting lead here at Terminus. It's good you made it. These days, every survivor counts more than ever. Look at this man wearing a tie in the middle of the zombie apocalypse. Come on in, we'll get you settled. All right, so we are going to... enter our way into Terminus and stop being held up by the guards. You've entered Terminus as a safe zone where you interact with NPCs. Hostile actions such as using throwable weapons. So basically, all AP costs are a little bit lower in Terminus. So that's fine, because we're kind of playing it out in board game-like way, you'll see. Oops, I guess I didn't. Okay, there we go, I've entered. So I've got a couple of things. I'm gonna just assume you aren't familiar with the game. You get your HP, which if you do get bit by a zombie, you pretty much just, you go down instantaneously. So there is a risk, which I like about this game. But otherwise that you can get like scratched up and stuff. AP, so your moves per turn. Satiety, so how much food you've eaten. Hydration, you gotta take care of these two. As well as energy, so how much sleep have I got? You do have to sleep every now and then. As well as morale, which morale just does all kinds of bad things. You gotta make sure you keep your morale up. As well as a couple basic stats on my character. You do have experience, so you're leveling up stats here. Strength, my traits, and so on and so forth. basically that won't affect us too much. But anyway, we've got our map here of the overworld, and help, I am doing pretty good, as well as a few contextual things that we can kind of change. But, yeah, anyway, we're going to go walk over to Gideon, so we're just looking at kind of an overview here, the meeting table, and we will talk to Gideon. Glad we managed to save another. I'm Gideon. I used to be the station master here at Terminus. These days, I'm temporarily in charge. I know there's a lot of talking. We will go through this, and then we will start to play a little bit more of the game. So if you're wondering, just go ahead to where I've got through that, but yeah, we'll go through a little bit more of this. If Logan or Carlos came off a bit rough, I hope you'll understand they're good people, but right now it's hard to welcome anyone without caution. Begin with, we're not, okay, so they're not the military, just regular people who happened to be at the station when everything went wrong. At first we waited for help, the government would count no one came, and then the station was... Since then, we've had no clear idea of what's really going on out there, but doesn't feel like... Okay, so we're basically in, like, The Walking Dead when they're trying to rebuild civilization kind of exposition. We figured the people left in the city still needed somewhere safe, so we did what we could, we turned to a place to make it... Alright, so I got the broadcast signal, we know that. I mean, that's basically the story up till now. That's your primer. If you are seeing this for the first time, please look up one of my other videos because there's an entire escape zombie game going on right here. So as I move throughout the rooms, I'm using up 0.2 AP to walk around. So it's significantly reduced from what it normally is. I'm going to interact with Gideon's just kind of showing me around. Head up the stairs. I really like the way these stairs work. So we're going to go over to the cots and sleep for a little while. Come back down. All right, this is my quest. You have your missions panel. It's usually fairly clear what you have to do, but there's still room for exploration. I love the way that this transitions in top-down 2D between first and second floors. It's just like so stylish and sleek the way it's done. Rather than like a context menu open up, I just like it. So you can pretty much loot goblin anything. I'm just going to search this bed. It looks like I found a windbreaker, which I'm just going to wear somebody's windbreaker, which I just found. So I'm going to sleep. And then I'll end my turn. Because technically what's taking place right here is that I'm taking my turn, then other survivors, then other zombies. But right now, while we're asleep, that's fine. All right, so I could search everything. I might do a little bit of that on my own. There will be a fair amount of loot goblining here, but I want to keep it action-y while we're together. So I'm going to go back down to Gideon for a second. And will he have anything to say to me? Alright, there he is. He's got the little exclamation point over his head, which means he has something to say. Did you get some rest? Good. Fatigue builds quickly here, and when it does, mistakes follow. Resting is one of the most important things you could... Alright, thank you for the lesson. I got some rest. It's not perfect here, far from it. Alright, well, that's fine, Gideon. To really settle in, it... Kind of like a badass name, Gideon, really. To settle in, it helps to get to know some people. All right, so meet everyone, try talking to people. So basically, we're going to go have a walk around Terminus, which is this. We're in a train station right now, technically. And there's a bunch of NPCs around here. Now, it's quiet, but when we go out into the main world, like I showed you with the map, there is quite a large and expansive world to be explored out there. So I won't go through all of these, but I'm just going to take you through to... Oh, I forget who's actually right here. There's like a soup kitchen person where all the survivors get their meals, but Ben, who are you again? New face. Oh yeah, he works on the building. I'm Michael. Name is Ben. I handle equipment, reinforcement, and repairs. These days, stuff breaks faster than I... So we've got like basically our game hub where we've got the guy who works on the building. I think over here, if I go down, I love how you can just interact with every little item in this game. I think this guy is the electrician. No, actually it's not, my bad. Thomas, I take care of the storage area. Oh, whoops, this was the other storage area guy. All right. Thomas, you are the storage man. They call you Storage Thomas, and I hope that you managed to put something away. There is also an electrician guy. I like their little sprites, though. All the pixel art makes me very happy in this game. But I'm gonna go over here, and I think this is the electrical man. We've also got a doctor, we've got a guy who handles the weapons and everything like that, but basically right now I'm just kind of going around and introducing myself to everybody. So I'll be back in a minute once I've met most of the NPCs. Some of the lootables in here I can take, so I might just grab a few items too. Alright, I've just about finished meeting everyone and loot goblining the area inside of Terminus, and I have located a multitude of sharp and heavy objects with which to slay the undead, as well as some pliers. I'll tell you why I need these in a minute, but along with that, some rations and food, books, just a lot of items, and it is the middle of the night. I'm going to talk to Gideon again to get my quest. If you're going to stay, knowing who you are with is the place to start. Amazing, so I've spoken with everyone. Getting to know everyone. None of us are perfect, blah, blah, blah. Now that you've met the others, it's time for you to take a small role on here. Okay, so I have a quest now. We may be doing better than what's outside, but we're not getting supplies from anywhere. We survive by sharing what we have. Sounds like someone who's going to extract resources from me. Okay, let's start something simple. Patrol duty. Perfectly fine. Find Logan near the entrance. Oh, you mean the guy who was just aiming a gun at me as I came in? All right, well, understood. Go back to the man who just, like, wanted to shoot you out of fear. All right, let's see. What is Logan? Gideon put you on patrol duty. Ha, you know why it's patrol? It's the way they weed out the ones who lost. Why is this man so needlessly aggressive? All right. Fine. If it's your turn now, you can need to prove something. All right, I'm going to the hardware store. Go there and report back early. Well, let's see where the hardware store is on the map. We have to go over here, and Terminus is always in like a slightly different place. One time I played and it was in the upper left corner. This time it's the military. Ooh, military base is pretty amazing. But hardware store. I'm just gonna leave a little bit of a note there because it's kind of hard to have this stick out, and I will just have it say mission. There we go. So that just highlights it in red, which is kind of nice, just easier to see. We have to go through these railroads, hop a fence over the railroad, go to this house, electronics store, and then we get to the hardware store. We just have to report there and come back, but there are quite a lot of zombies there. Now, this is deemed like an easy mission at the beginning. I hadn't played the game in a little while, so I just kind of went right at it and got myself very badly hurt and maimed. So I wouldn't recommend jumping out there. This game is meant to be played slowly. So here's what I'm gonna do. Basically, our character's been walking around Terminus, gaining a bit of experience. We can actually gain even more experience, as it turns out. It's 11 o'clock at night right now, 2300. So I'm going to actually go ahead and read this thick book. Finishing it gives you the following effect. Increases health stat by 1, which is quite amazing, really. I mean, my health is 4 out of 5, but it could be 5 out of 5. Let's go ahead and read the book. And we do have a couple of other skill books over here, 398 pages. We will read all APs. Oh, I don't have enough AP, never mind. Let me just end my turn then. I just figure, I mean, what's better than reading a thick book that improves my health right before bedtime? Obviously nothing. We don't have enough AP. I got through only 60 pages in that time. Yeah, I was gonna say, to increase one of my attributes, wouldn't that just be, like, a lot? So I guess I would recover even more AP per turn. I think that's worth staying up a little bit later. I want to get through this book, man. Although my morale is... I love it how your morale just drops naturally in this game. I did pick up a Bible, though, which is a godsend of an item right here. It increases your morale by 2 each AP. Double that in a church. But I have one of the things that gives me, like, the Bible lover perk. So I get a little bit more out of reading the Bible naturally. All right, well, it is 2 a.m. Maybe I should get some sleep before daybreak, because I would like to use as much daylight as I can, so let's do that. Even if I don't get through the entire book that gives me health, maybe I'll get some done before tomorrow. Now, I think I could leave some of these books here. Let me just see, 5 a.m. All right, my energy is restored. 6 a.m., so I'm just slightly late, but you know what? Let's leave some of these books behind, just because I figure I can pick these up later. Intuition would be a really good skill to have, but I just don't want the extra weight on me. It's going to take me too long today to read this. I want to work while I got some daylight right here, so let's move out. Man, I love the way that your character animates as he walks. It just feels so old school to me, and I like it. There's something about it. Now, there probably is more good stuff here in Terminus, but well, I've got, like, pretty much the bare minimum I need right now, so I think I'm good. I think I've got enough AP to make it worth going outside. You gotta be careful how you manage your AP as you go in and out of places, because right here at the gate, I'm just gonna walk right up to the fence. You know what? I will be okay. There are zombies here, though, but basically we've got a big fenced-in area, and surprisingly, this isn't more well-guarded. I would think it, because it is, like, the safe zone, but I guess we just have those 2 guys at the entrance. Anyway, so the zombies have taken their turn. The zombies have a threat range, but it's not really that big. Like, I can move much more than they can. You can also use M to kind of see what it would take for you to get to some places, and whether you're in danger of getting scratched in those spots when you get there. I'm gonna go here, and I could hop this fence, but it just... actually, I don't have the option right here with the zombie, but it costs way too much in AP. Oh, I'm actually thirsty as well. Hang on a second. How much AP will it be to quench my thirst? Whoops, I left without water. I didn't even realize that. I have to go back in and get water. Hang on a second. Alright, so I have received my porridge for the day. You get like one thing of porridge, and that does meet most of your needs, which is nice that you get like one reliable meal, but then if you ask for another one after that, you don't get it. They're like, stop eating so much, which I think is a fair mechanic because it gives you a little bit to rely on, but yeah, that's about it. Alright, let's try that again. Alright, I am now going to cut the wires to the fence. This shouldn't put me in great danger because I will just take out the one zombie standing right in front of me. This is going to cost only 2 AP versus the climbing the fences 14, because these fences will go down very easily. So I'm not necessarily so afraid of losing all of that. As far as weapons, let's start with the big heavy stuff because we want to get that out of the way. Wait, 1.2, 2. Yeah, let's start with this steel pipe. That seems heavy and uncomfortable to carry around. Now, this has left a rag on the ground, which I will probably get because I need a set of makeshift bandages to really get started here in full force. We've got 10 AP left. It's going to cost 2.9 AP to get out there, which is, I personally think, too much. Let's just grab this rag, and then I'm going to go back behind the fence and wait for them to come to me. You really want to wait for the zombies to come to you in this game. Now, this is all about controlling the minutiae of your actions here as you go. Because if you slightly leave yourself in their scratching range, you will be in a world of doo-doo. See, like, look, even 3 more were hiding here, sort of. So this one has range only in front of them. They all have various, like, AP amounts right here. I've got 14.7 AP, though. Let's just go over here and try to take out this one. It's funny, facing doesn't matter in this game. I thought facing would cost AP, but actually it doesn't. You would think it for a game that kind of makes you focus on the micro so much. But you can also just run by zombies. You don't really need to like fight them as much as I am. But since I'm the soldier, I've kind of elected to do that. And also just because I think it's more action-y. Let's see, any book and tape. You can make books into armor by taping them to you. Maybe I should try that. In real life. Alright, I have created a makeshift bandage which slightly improves your condition, except it causes infection too, which isn't great. I don't think that means like zombie infection. I believe that means it's just like kind of dirty. But I am kind of dirty, so I hope it gets better for me. Anyway, let's go over here. I do really want to clear out this area right by Terminus, just because you keep having to pass through this zone, so it is more convenient to clear it, I think. We've got a crawler here. I love the way that they all have different sprites. It kind of reminds me of... Wasn't it like Resident Evil Gaiden, or... What is that old game? The one for the Game Boy. Something like that. All of the old kind of Resident Evil stuff. It just reminds me of old school stuff, and I like that. It feels very cozy. Alright, so I'm going to keep doing head attacks right here. The funny thing is, I could do a leg attack here. I'll show you what happens. You'd, like, turn them into a crawler zombie. So if you really get stuck and you can't take one out, which, unfortunately in this game, at least with the characters I've played as, when you run out of weapon, you're basically toast. So you'd never want to be out of weapon. You can't just, like, flail. You are in major trouble. Alright, 2.6 AP. Ooh, actually, this wasn't so smart of me, except it's only a crawler there. I was just thinking, what if there were more? Alright, 7.2 AP left. 1.1 AP to move. Alright, so then I'll still have like 6. Wait a second. So I want to see 6.1 AP. How much does it take to take this one out? Is that 2.2 AP? Around about that, or was that the amount of damage? Not actually positive about that. It's been a minute. But, yeah, I mean, I did it. Get at me. Alright, let's grab another rag. Rags are fairly light and a great way to heal up. Okay, so I'm thinking we are pretty low on AP, but which way are we really going? We're heading south here, then we're heading west a little bit. Southwest. We'll get there. But this is a lot of areas to move through, considering that was just the area right outside of Terminus, you know? Like, there's a lot that needs to be the doing of being done by me. So I'm thinking, I didn't actually recover all my AP there. I might want to take some of these weak vitamins. Weak is my middle name after all, and I am going to consume them. The energy drink doesn't actually improve my hydration, but it will give me slightly more AP, so I will have that. Alright, great. So let's go over here. Imagine needing just that slight burst of energy when of a sudden you consume an energy drink and you are filled with morale. This could be you. See, that zombie didn't even see me. I believe that his perception is lacking. Alright. It's 1 o'clock in the day. You really want to pay attention to the sunset because if things get bad and you have to run back, it is extremely horrible. Steel pipe was broken. Okay, so the thing is that weapons in this game run out of condition extremely fast, by my estimation. Oh no, I've actually bit off more than I could chew. Unfortunately, my steel pipe is gone. What is the next heaviest item in here? Probably that axe, right? I figure a machete is probably one of the greatest weapons. Except, you know, some of these items, like, I haven't even gone into this, these context actions, like breaking furniture, kind of useful. Forcing open, reinforce. So some of them have more uses than others. Although I believe break furniture. Butcher. Alright, maybe, you know, maybe I'll get rid of some of these knives next. 1.6 to 1.7. Yeah, maybe I don't actually need all that. You know, I guess I could be a little bit more careful about my weapon selection if I were to manage that. Except that there is a perk that uses up less item condition as you go. I think I may actually be able to take this one out. You know, I'm not really in any grave danger. I've got one that I could definitely take out here. Alright, 6.1. You know, I could probably get the other one, too. 1.2 to 1.5. Let's try it. The problem is that if you do run out of actions standing directly beside a zombie, you are a dead man. And I hope that that doesn't happen to you. So be careful out there. Something about the moodiness, I don't know, it reminds me of like long car rides back when I was a boy playing my GBA, my Game Boy Advance. Oh cool, I actually got a lantern, consumes 15% one charge. This is great. Wow. Oh, it's broken. Wait a minute, is it just broken because of the batteries? I will attempt to use the batteries to recharge this. Does that actually... No, it is actually just broken. That is an unfortunate turn of events. See, a lantern seems like the ideal item for me. Lanterns are ridiculously useful for lighting up the night. Whoa, this zombie is really ridiculously fast. 9.2 AP. Oh gosh, I've never seen that one. This is like basically a sprinter. I'm just going to run away over here to the fence. Unfortunately, I have alerted others to my presence. That was so sing-songy of me. See, we've got all of these other things that we could do on our menu over here. We have no lights available during the daytime. Now we've got only 5 more turns, though, till stuff gets really bad. I'm just gonna take out these ones, because I think that guy forgot about me. Despite the fact that he has basically, like, the movement of a cheetah. Kitchen knife was broken. Alright, that's fine. That is acceptable. Let us move over here. I just want to take out these two. I'm trying to clear out the area by Terminus, you know, just make my life a little bit easier. Because I'm going to be running back and forth, although I do believe that they kind of, like, replenish from area to area. If it doesn't even show him in my threat range, though, won't I be okay right here? I just want to run up to the guy and bop him next turn. See what I'm saying? 15.1 AP. Alright, let me just make small movements here. So he is asleep. This is a zombie runner. He is dormant. What about the other one? Am I in his range? No, let's go over here. Only 2.6 AP. I believe about 10 AP should be more than enough to take him out. Not necessarily is he the strongest, though, because there are others among you who would be better able to mess him up. Alright, cool. Yeah, we won. Alright, let's go ahead and take all of that. It looks like that there is a bunch of crackers on the ground over there. Honestly, a good reason to put my life in danger, so I think I will walk on top of the crackers and pick them up from underneath me. All right, I have 2 rags. Once again, I believe I can make a secondary makeshift bandage. Always nice to have a backup in case if something happens to the first. You wet yourself. Any number of things could go wrong in the zombie apocalypse. What is that, like some sort of makeshift rain collector? Well, that seems ridiculously good. I'll probably leave that here because it's more of a long-term play, but it's good to know that's so close to our base. I mean, we are, like I said, relatively close to the base. It's just that this area hasn't really been, well, appreciably cleared. So there is that. I think there is one more over there. I'm pretty much fine with that. Although, we have only 3 turns left. Do we have anywhere nearby that we could, like, hole up in for the night? I could hang out in a house. Except it's not as secure as Terminus. You know, I might just honestly clear out this area nearby for the day. Go back to Terminus and then come back in. This is why I'm saying this game is not easy, man. You gotta take it real slow-like. Otherwise, you may perish. Alright, we have taken out that one. I'll show you the fence climbing. See, 11.1 AP to climb over a fence. Ridiculous. I do want to leave the fence mostly intact, though, aside from a few areas, so I am going to climb over this turn. Look at me go, animating my way over the fence. Parkour is still around. I think I'm actually going to go home now because, yeah, it is nighttime now, and that is quite terrible. See, I'm back at Terminus, but only just barely because it's, like, so close to dark. Let's see if we can get inside the fence before my turn is over. Okay, amazing. I actually can get to the entrance. Unfortunately, they can... No, actually, we're fine. I mean, it seems to take a long enough time for them to redistribute, so I think we're okay. Alright, I'm gonna go take a nap, and then I'll come back out tomorrow. I just have to walk around because I cleared all the zombies today. Yet another day has passed, and I have returned to the outside world. There are more zombies that have self-redistributed into the area that I cleared, but it wasn't as bad, so, it's nice to see that. You know, I also had done a little bit of looting yesterday, so I think I should be in good spirits for today. Anyway, it's time for me to eat my daily porridge, which I acquired from the cook lady, and I hope that it will give me enough morale to get through the day. Anyway, a couple more of these to take out. That firefighter zombie looked pretty tough. He was a tough guy. And fully protected fire resistance. Yeah, I don't want to mess with him. He's... maybe too strong for me. I am... or at least not without all of my crazy energy. Here we go. So he has tons of armor because he is a firefighter. This is going to require, yeah, a lot from me. Let's see, which item has the best damage? I think we take him out with an axe. Done. I feel much better now. Now, he dropped also himself an axe on the ground. I have 13 AP left. Man, all of these zombies have such good range. Am I going to be able to take out both of these guys? 2.3 AP. I think I'll take out this guy, then I'll walk away. I think that should be fine for me. So I've got 10.4 AP. Oh no, actually I'll be fine. I can take out both of them, and then we'll just loot goblin everything. There we go. Critical hit. Amazing. Didn't even know I could get a critical hit. Alright, let us take yet another axe. And how is my encumbrance? Not so bad. Every action... move and attack APs cost 7.2% more. That's not so bad, considering I do have a surplus of weapons, which is fantastic, of course. Anyway, let's go ahead and end our turn and make our way further over to the gas station. So it really is a big night, though. You know, I mean, you gotta use your daylight very, very carefully. Now, also, too, I mean, every time that I walk around, what if there are zombies over here? So you gotta be very careful with managing that good old AP of yours. Let's go ahead and see. We've got another house over here, so I think we go that away. Yeah, because the other one would lead to the railroad. You can kind of stay along the railroad. Railroads are actually a great way to travel in this game, just because you get that nice fence around you. It feels nice and safe. I always know that I love traveling by railroad tracks so that I am not mauled by zombies. We have some zombie guts on the ground. Even arrows, man. There's so much, like, good crafting and stuff to be had in this game. I really have just done more of the exploration. Honestly, I have not explored much of the crafting beyond, like, makeshift bandages, although I do believe that there are ways to, like, set up more or less your own whole civilization, which is pretty cool. Or at least, like, I don't know, fishing and all of these other hunting professions, stuff like that. All right, now this is going to require 9 AP to move, except that then I'll be basically out of AP, so if there are zombies right there, I am going to be in big trouble, my friends. So let's go ahead and, let's see, I got a digital watch. I try to keep some of this stuff kind of light. I really brought way too many books on me, didn't I? No, I mean, it's really just energy that's lowering. It's fine. Let me just end my turn. I'll recover lots of AP. Move. Yeah. Fine. Very good. Unchecked garden over yonder. We've got 11 AP. Now, there are a lot of them gathered around these houses. I could probably take out this one, and then I'm going to have to duck back because there is a big zombie over there. Now, is this one... I should be able to walk over here and then just take out this other one, but what if there's one in the house? Let's not risk it. Let's just end our turn with high AP and let them come to us. You take the high road, and I take the low road. There we go. Incredible. Maybe I shouldn't be using the axe for all of this, though. Although, maybe I just should. You know what? They say, drink the good wine first at the wedding. Let's use the good axe first in the zombie apocalypse. I think that idiom translated perfectly here. All right, let's go ahead and... you're there. All right, so I will stand right next to the space to which you will come. See, look, I keep discovering new terrible people with the desire to maul me out of seemingly nowhere. All right, let's leave that big zombie behind for a moment, and maybe we'll take out this other one in the house. Houses are actually quite useful because they're sort of like a little alarm system if you decide to go to sleep. You know, they can't hear you. So it's already 1600 o'clock. Where are we? Current location, we could probably sleep in this house and then go to the hardware store. Maybe we could check out the electronics store, but I think I'm probably just better off here checking out the area around. Let's end our turn right there. I'm just thinking because I don't really want to have to go all the way back to Terminus. I mean, they pretty much refilled that one area, and that was unacceptable. Now, this zombie is big. My word, he really is large. That's incredible. He broke my axe while I was hitting him. Oh, terrible. All right, well, I will basically have no need to break any new furniture. How much did that use up? I've got a little bit left. All right, I think I could chance this one. I think I'll be all right. This is a pretty easy one. All this item switching. You know, I'll just stay with the axe. That's probably fine. Kindle, start a fire. 6 AP left. Let's just hang out at the garden. Here I am at the garden, being peaceful. All right. I've got maybe 2 hours of daytime left. You know what? It's fine. I can sleep on the floor tonight, and I will be fine. Didn't I find a pillow, too? I could harvest for some potatoes. Look at me. I'm just... With my bare hands after I've fought all these zombies, I'm just eating potatoes. I am an unpredictable and wild individual. Fear me. All right, let's go ahead and maybe take some... I guess some gloves. Yeah, you know, getting cold in this game actually is quite terrible, come to think of it. I do believe that one of my characters died of exposure when I was playtesting this a while back when I was playing. A towel, amazing. Actually, maybe not that amazing, just a towel is such a marvelous sight, I thought I would just remark about it. Alright, let's go ahead and, I will have a beer, yeah, because it seems as though the day is coming to an end, and I will, of course, have my daily soju. And... Gosh, you can even plant. I'm just gonna eat the seeds, because I am a savage, though. Crafting recipe book. Small flashlight. Oh, this is very easy to read. Let me do that. Okay, so basically we are coming to the end of a day here, and I've closed all the windows. I could probably improve my sleep quality on that. Let me just go sleep on that couch for tonight. Yep, alright, so it is now nighttime. Nighttime is extremely unpredictable because you can see only in your current square. So what I'm basically just going to do is sleep. But, you know, I don't really need all that time for sleep, so I think I will read. Let's read this book. Learned how to make a small flashlight. Amazing. Amazing, incredible. All right, let me use up the rest of them. I think I'm just going to sit here and read. Yeah, it's fine. I'm not sure. I may actually get a debuff here from reading in the night. Been a minute, though. Where is that on the UI? I don't really see any indicators of it. Maybe I'm not. Huh. Amazing. All right, let me just learn to make all of these things so that I can set this book down and leave it back at its place of origin. I guess I could then duct tape the book to my arm, like to make it into armor. You know what? Let's do that. I gotta use these books, man. Let me see. Can I take that crafting recipe book? Yeah, makeshift armor. Take the crafting recipe book I just read and some tape and make it into makeshift armor. Yes, absolutely. Books are useful after all. 205 turns for this. My hydration is kind of getting low. Let me have some of that. Actually, I hadn't really thought of the effect of the beer on me with that. What is actually going to give me a bit of hydration? That is acceptable. Oh, whoops. Dismantle. Oh, no, wait, I'm in the crafting menu, my bad. Alright. Focus. End our turn. We've got a little bit of time left in the day. It's just my hydration is looking kind of low. You gotta be careful with hydration. This is one of those games where, you know, you could be fighting 12 zombies all around you and then you die of thirst. Which I do think is quite, it can be counterintuitive, but I do enjoy the video game logic of it. Let me put on this makeshift armor. Cool. I am wearing a book on my arm. Fear me. I really want to get through this thick book, though. Sunrise at 6. I'm just looking at that hydration, because I don't really have any way. I guess I could have more soju. Maybe, you know what? Let me just do a lot of drinking and reading about health tonight. Just the profound irony here. What is that? Am I, like, fortified in my square? I don't actually know what that moodlet means. So then I am fortified. Alright, I am going to drink a lot of soda, although that will increase my hydration by only 1. My word, the amount of hydration that I require is actually alarming. Although I can just take... Imagine not having enough water for a few hours and then having to just chug medicine in order to survive. Alright, I have to get through this. I mean, this is a little bit boring here, but I mean, for me, it is a thrilling adventure. Managing my inebriation, my hydration, and trying to get through a book while sleeping. Oh, this is already my life every night to begin with. I'll get through it somehow. Man, imagine dying of thirst while trying to get through one book. I should sleep tonight, though. Yeah, maybe I'll just sleep. Alright. Until my energy is restored. Tomorrow when we wake up, we're gonna look for some water at the electronics store. Yikes. Yep, well, it looks like a lot more zombies showed up. I'm actually just going to backtrack once again to Terminus. I need to do some more reading and get some more water. Alright, I have just leveled up from a lot of reading, of course, which maybe we should... Well, you know, some of these are good. You always get a little bit different stuff. I will take Combat Instinct, though, because having better melee damage is always a good thing. Alright, I increased my agility by 1. Move AP decreases by 10%. There's a 16% chance to avoid attacks. So this is great. From reading that book, I have improved so much. And I've just finished the second one, so now I'm recovering 12.5 AP per turn from my increased health. Amazing. And now I don't have to carry around that heavy book as well, and I'll get intuition next. I just think, you know, I found such great items to begin with that why waste them, you know? Look at me, I'm recovering more energy per turn now. I'll be able to move around faster in the outer world when I return. And I've just learned intuition. I am amazing. Alright, I have made it back to the house. It is nighttime, and I would like to board myself inside, except that I think that there are zombies out there, so I'm just going to stand in the middle of the room, nearby no windows, and wait and hope. And that's about all I can do, man. They are knocking on the windows, but that's okay. You know, I'll have to stand there and hold the line when they come in. Alright, there are 2 of them out there. It is I, Michael the Soldier. Beware my incredible intuition, because I will destroy you. There we go, I've taken out both of them. I have 7.1 AP left. There is at least 3 of them out there, it seems, but I've taken out one of them. I can just close that window back up and then walk over here, and I will at least have a warning before they come in the next time. Here they come. I am such a brave man. Here we go. I can't even tell what zombies aren't in sight, but you know what? That intuition really helped me. Oh, wow. The joy of reading. All right, we are pretty much hunkered down in this room, and there is nothing we can do. I'm just standing in a corner in pure fear, and I have to wait for the next few hours to go by. But that's fine. I am totally okay. We're just waiting another 4 hours or so until sunrise, and it gets better. The sun has risen, and with it, my morale has improved. We are going back out, and we have survived the night in a house, so it's not impossible, but you gotta be careful. Okay, our energy is lowering, but hey, we're about to be in an amazing place. It's an electronics store, and look, there's more crafting stuff on the ground. Just overall, I'm feeling really good about the way I've managed my movement, my combat, and we are slowly making our way over now. I know it's taking a while, but that's the way that this game is. It's a little bit more methodical, so that when you do get a burst of action, it is, let me tell you, thrilling. And there are a few moments like it, but it's taking a little while to get there. Anyway, it looks like we've got another zombie here at the electronics store, locked. So we do get a little bit of that, like, locked window management, a la I mean, this is in any survival. It just kind of makes me think of Zomboid in that way. All right, let's see. This flashlight actually works. Oh, this is amazing to think that we could move around with our body at night and not be just completely smackledorfed by the dark. Let us search. No, we need a little bit more. Now, each store in this game, if you have not played it before, does have its own specialty, and those do... They kind of... Hang on a second. I happen to know that I'm going to need scrap metal for one of the next missions. At least the last time I played this game, I was assigned to this quest. So I'm just going to collect some of the scrap metal that I find. Oh, a screwdriver, that's pretty good. Batteries. All of these are very useful. This is one of those games where those, like, consumable items, they just get used up in 3 seconds. It's like your flashlight died in only 45 minutes. Oh, great. I will take some of the scrap metal. I wonder if is this too heavy for me, though. Yes, it is, but I'm just gonna do it anyway. Oh, it's not really that heavy. You can afford to be a little bit encumbered, but not so cumbered. All of these stupid-ass flashlights, that's a great way to say flashlights. They're all used up, and they're no good anymore. Oh, we've got debris over there as well. I wanted to go to the hardware store, though. Oh, and it looks like there's another zombie right here. Whatever, I will just let him come toward me. Amazing. To think, oh no, it is raining. God, any game with weather is the best type of game. I was thinking years ago, oh, nice, I got some antibiotics. I'll take that scrap metal too. Probably, though, no more, because that's enough scrap metal for one man to carry around. Any more would be a little, maybe too much. Let's take some of these other display items. Oh, look, a completely regular flashlight. There's even different variations on the flashlights. Now, to me methinks that the radio is perhaps not as useful anymore now that we've already arrived at Terminus. The base game is all about... I won't belabor this explanation too much, since you could just look at older videos of the base game, but the base game is about finding Terminus, where we started off on this game. In case this happens to be the first time. Although this game, like, honestly, it has had very good reviews based on what I've seen. And, like, I do like it. Ooh, another thick book of observation. Amazing. Will I stay here? You know, actually, you're better off, like, looting around at night indoors. But let's see if we can get to this next place. Let's just see what is required of the debris and me. 9.4 AP. We've got another zombie over there. All right, I will take this guy out with my machete. Right here. I do believe that that little, moodlet means that I've got, like, blocking from 1 damage. Let's see, more. Okay, clear by hand. Too far to clear debris or with shovel. Okay, so I do believe that the last time that I played, I don't remember actually being able to clear this by hand. I don't remember. Maybe I'm just misremembering, but... Oh, that is really nice. Could I do this before? I don't remember being able to do this. This is much more satisfying. because I hardly think that there would be that much debris in the way. All right, I guess I'm just gonna have to get really wet. Tired, cold, and wet. That is an unfortunate state to be in. Probably, I'll just continue this. I mean, all that it does is decrease my temperature a bit, right? Details, where's my temperature? Temperature 44.3 Fahrenheit. Pretty much fine. I mean, I can find more clothes now and then. I'm just going to be 100% wet, and I'm going to deal with it. All right, we are going to finish clearing this out by hand, and then I'll probably just go back inside. Small steps for man. All right, story of my life. I'm going back into the electronics store, and I'm going to sit in here for the night. I guess I have to go back out the broken window. Man, everything was locked. Yeah, 1800. Simply too late in the day to realistically do any more opening or closing of windows. Just the thought of it makes me exhausted. Here we go. Let me just open and close these. In case if for some reason tonight I need to run around like a crazy person. And as much as I would like a room with... Actually, this room does not have windows, but it is not perfectly well insulated, that is to say. All right. I'm feeling pretty good. You know, I've got a lot of stuff on me, but I think I'm all right. I have a pillow on me. I could use it. I'm using the pillow. And maybe I'll just go to sleep right now. Or maybe while I have a little bit more light left in the day, could I stop using the pillow? Let's see. Will I be able to remain hydrated throughout the night? Yes, I think most definitely. Let me just hydrate, because satiety is of great import. All right, there we go. Satiety and quenchingness. My two attributes. Now this lantern, if we ever do manage to get it, you can repair electronics using a screwdriver. Oh, I could use it. Amazing. Fix 1 AP. Oh my gosh. Holy cow, I can't believe how smart I am. Wow, 11 broken. I guess I'll need 11 unbreakingness. I love the, like, arbitrary units of measurement used to repair video game items, because I wish that real life were that. Let me see. Whoops. Oh, I'm using the wrong thing. Okay, here we go. Fix 1 AP. Fix all APs. Amazing. Yes. And now it's only 8.8 broken. All right, I guess I'm going to have to spend the entire night fixing the lantern. Except that if I do manage to fix the lantern... Oh, hang on a second, I'm depressed. Let me go read the Bible. All right, there we go. Blessing it. Let me go ahead and... I'm completely out of energy. I will just use my pillow now and let me go to sleep. I'm a sad man reading the Bible, sleeping on a pillow, and using my lantern. Did I have a couch here? I think not. I can't even see all of my status effects. Well, most of them are pretty good. Sleeping, 135%. That's what I'm talking about. It's like one great math problem going on. You know, I guess that's what a lot of games are, really, is just well-hidden math. Although that kind of, like, adds logic to the whole thing. Do I really need this many of flashlightingness? I think maybe I'll drop the smaller ones. I mean, I just don't need that much stuff on me. If I have one of each of them... In fact, the lantern probably is really the only thing I need, right? Alright, we come to that elusive time that really does make this game a hobo inventory simulator, which is, as you know, the highest end of culture that we have arrived at as a society. Sunrise in 2 hours. I guess I won't have read the thick book by the end of the night, but I do really want this lantern fixed. Man, it really takes a lot to fix a lantern. I wish I had just been better. 4 a.m. Well, it's fine. Only my hydration is looking slightly questionable. But there we go. I mean, what a large bottle of water this is. I should be fine. Wow, here we go. Okay. Only 0.2 more before it's not broken anymore. And ironically, when it gets to be sunrise, I will have finished that. Only... I love it when games make seemingly mundane tasks very exciting. Alright, let me now use these All on the lantern. Oh, wow. I can't even believe how full my lantern is. It's incredible. It's a lantern. All right. Amazing. I think I will save the reading of books for tomorrow. Generally speaking, that seems to be done most optimally at nighttime. So let's go ahead and proceed on our incredible quest then. Right, I will have just a little bit more food. Again, I need to summon the energy in order to move a few feet away. I have completed the patrol. It's time to report to Logan, except is there anything of interest here at hardware store? Perhaps. I think I actually will stick around here because hardware seems like something that I could use more of in my life. Here we go. Amazing. Although, again, we don't want to use up too much weapon condition, but I think it will probably be a net positive based on whatever we find inside here. Just that observation we need to take real careful, or put real careful attention into, you know what I'm saying? Now, I do believe I have that crowbar still, right? Only a stick on the ground. Maybe I could force the window open. All right, let me end there. It looks like that there is some sort of decayed ghoul approaching me. Now, is it possible to... No, it is not, in fact, possible to open the door. This is a highly decayed zombie. Exposes me to disease at close range. I think I'm actually not going to hit this one then. I'm just going to avoid this one. Avoidance or abstinence is the best way, as they say. All right, here we go. To prevent the spreading of forest fires, among other things. All right, let's go ahead and maybe drink some of this. Wood glue. Imagine my surprise at discovering wood glue. This is what I'm talking about, man. These hardware stores are so good. Now, if I did have a ranged weapon, maybe I could do more with my life, but I don't, so I can't, and I feel bad. Let's see. Better than a regular lighter. Imagine a regular lighter, but better. Oh, wow. Look at this. I found so much herein to be had by me. Even my encumbrance isn't so high. It's probably because I've been going through hammers like nobody's business. Oh, let me stop using my pillow. I don't know why I had that. All the sheer effort. Let me take this machete spear. So, wait, whoa. What kind of range does this thing have? 1.5. It can make diagonal attacks. I'm not sure that's going to be far enough away to be safe from the zombie virus. Oh, this sweater, this literally a cardigan. Wow, look at me go. I'm carrying around way too much now. This is probably very expensive to move around. I need to improve my agility. Except I'm about to get another level up. The thought of acquiring a new skill is so exciting. I can hardly believe how powerful I am becoming throughout this zombie apocalypse. The machete was broken, alas. Let me use just another machete. I'm carrying like 12 machetes. I love this. All right, this shovel will be useful. Oh, God, to think that I spent the entire night repairing a lantern only to be met with another lantern today. I've just... the thought of loot goblining. My windbreaker... God, my clothes are coming off of my back. Pot, scrap metal, fire... I'm going to just take everything now. I know that this is ill-advised. Except I don't think that it's making life that much harder for me. Maybe a little bit. Oh, I'm just gonna do even more. Just because, you know, I mean, if I use them up, then I can get rid of more zombies and get more experience, etc. We'll just have to be careful when we move from place to place. Here we go. All right, let's report back to Gideon. I just have to backtrack a bit. It's probably not going to be, unfortunately, that interesting, but when I get back, I will come to you, and we will rejoice. Behold, night has fallen and the darkness approaches. However, that being said, I am now able to use the miracle of light in order to project a circle of brightness around me. So I'm going to maybe go over here a little bit. Let me just see if I got... Yes, my lantern is keeping me safe. Amazing. So I have overcome my natural weaknesses through the miracle of fire. And... oh, no... It's terrible. But this is important because running around at night is extremely dangerous and I rely only on my hearing. Now, I am so, like, full of weapons, it's not even funny, but let's turn on our lights so that we can see around us. I will project a flashlight and destroy you. All right, here we go. We are Making progress. Amazing. So let's go over here. I'm not going too far at once because that would be dangerous, and let's pass our turn. I'm so close to leveling up, I can practically taste it. All right, let me go ahead. You know what? I'm going to backtrack to that fence and level up. The zombies are about to penetrate the fence. I love how in this game, the zombies basically just make a direct beeline for you rather than, like, trying to find a path. It's so realistic. Almost as if they are the real living dead. But here we go. Amazing. Ooh, more wood glue. Imagine my surprise at finding more wood glue. All right, let's see. Come on, please give me a level up. And we're so close. All right, I have leveled up, and now we can do head strike. Plus 25% melee damage when attacking the head. I mean, I pretty much always do that. Or minus 25% AP consumption when cooking or searching or inspecting. Or, better cooking, probably not as good. Either one or two. You know, my damage is already just so high that I think skillful search might be better here because of the sheer amount of crap I'm carrying around. And I think that this will be much more useful to me. So, amazing. But my character is actually getting a lot stronger here. And it's not just from level ups, it's also from items that I've discovered too. But it's nice to kind of grow a little bit more attached to your character, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a nice blend here of roguelike as well as simulation. You know, because I don't always like to sit in for such a long game, but you made it back alive. I didn't think you'd be done. All right, well, it's nice to hear that you didn't believe in... at least, you know, I admire the fact that you aren't being so easy peasy on me. You are a tough man, and I respect that. Here we go. We are back. We're using up less AP. Gideon, I heard you returned safely. Well done. Sometimes actions speak louder than anything else. Well, you've shown me by your actions that you are good at sitting at a table and doing nothing. I think you're going to be important to this place. Wow. Incredible. Because of people like me. Right. So I need to find out who needs help, do what I can. Every small act of support helps keep this place standing. So basically, you kind of get like what almost turns into an open-ended, board-gamey kind of journey of like helping out the people at Terminus, which I think is a nice way to give this game a lot of replay value rather than just how quickly can you get to the end point, which is why I like this DLC. I know that it's a lot of talking, so there is a lot of like NPCs to go through, but you gotta slow down. My first few, it took me a little while because I hadn't played the game in a while. My first couple times going through it, so it was refreshing to slow down and be reminded of how... Wait a second. How quickly... Oh, no, I'd better eat some more porridge. I get only one porridge a day. But yeah, I mean, it seems to basically add this bottomless task. The thing that I will say is that a lot of roguelikes nowadays, especially action roguelikes in this... Or roguelites, whatever you like in this genre. In particular, roguelites encourage replay value. Which I think that this one is really meant to be slowed down and enjoyed, which kind of threw me off as I was kind of slowing back down into this game. Let me just read the rest of these books. I gotta do a little bit more of that, and then we're gonna ask more people for quests. Anyway, that being said, the first couple times that I've played this game, in the base game, you are sort of forced to go fast. Which it is nice to be able to slow down with the character, because I was questioning it when I was... Like, the first two times I died, and I went through a lot of the same dialogue. I'm not sure if there's going to be a way for them to, like, kind of speed up that dialogue, but that is to say, expect that when you play this, you are going to be slowing down with a character. Perhaps it's because I've been playing a lot of action roguelites over the last few days. But I do kind of... I miss these, like, more methodical, thought-out, games. I mean, it all brings me back to Neo Scavenger, which, to me, is the game that just started it all in terms of my love for, like... slow, methodical, roguelike experiences, which I think do quite well on this channel, based on the stuff that people... It's oftentimes, like, stuff that I don't think people will like, because I think, well, everyone's attention span has been destroyed, but no, it's refreshing to see that experiences like this one can exist and thrive, that is to say. Anyway, that is my 2 cents on that, my critical opinion, I guess. Very snooty of me. Anyway, that's about where we'll stop with that. Anyway, I'm gonna pass another day or two in here. It seems like you don't actually have to make complete use of your daylight. I just like kind of building up my character. It's making me attached to this guy, Michael. We should named him after myself. It is I, AA, the adventurer. I have increased my observation skills, and my visibility arc has improved. Hoo-ha. We are about to obtain our first quest from Joe. Hello, Michael. Can I help with anything? There's bloodstains everywhere, and there's a hygiene issue, and we need some rubbing alcohol. All right, that is acceptable. I can collect some rubbing alcohol from a distant land. And I think we have a couple of other NPCs that want quests done here, too. Incredible. The electrical man has a quest for me as well. Okay, damn it, down again. Okay, so the grid is going down. Things are gonna break. We need melting wires outside. Oh, I probably should have gotten more of those radios for electronic components before, but whatever. I guess I'll have to go back out into the real world and do this once again. And I think we have yet one more quest from the builder guy over here. I believe that you can queue these quests up as well. Yeah, let me go over to this spot. So you can just kind of knock them all out at once, you know, one big trip out to the real world. Hey, rookie, come here, Ben. What's the issue? There's no such thing as downtime around here. The structure's getting weaker. Yes, we are falling into a sinkhole at the moment. All right, we wouldn't want that to happen in the middle of the zombie apocalypse. That would really lower the property value right here. So we are going to, wait a second. Metal scraps. Didn't I already have metal scraps? You wanted metal scraps. Still not back. We don't have time to waste. Yeah, but didn't I get some of those? I do have a lot of those for you, man. How many do you need? Secure metal scraps. Oh, I need 10 of them. This man looking for 10 metal scraps? Utterly unreasonable. I'm not sure that I can do this, but whatever. Fine. Right. Whatever. We will go back out into the real world for your scraps. You demanding man. Alright, well, whatever. Maybe we could find some of this inside of Terminus, to be fair. Oh, I think we also have one from the cook. Alright, we've also got a quest to see if we can find some more cookware, and that's about all. I have that. Pots and pans in at least 50% condition. I have 1 out of 2. I should be able to get one more. I think there's even one more inside of here. Okay, amazing. I actually did have one more pan just in the cupboard here. Some of these quests can be simply done at Terminus itself. This is solid. Handle's intact and the bottom's even. I can cook properly with this. Thank you. Okay, so we just gained 5 trust for basically doing nothing. Amazing. I guess that this is some sort of, like, currency that can be used, but let's keep doing some of these quests. I'm just gonna have a look around. It would be nice. The one thing with all of the kind of interaction around here, if I could, like, somehow zoom out or maybe just get, like, a quest indicator or something, because I have had to look to find people, but so far, so good. Also move back here. There is the platform behind this, although we have not, like, unlocked that area yet, I guess, so we still have to keep moving around, but just thought I'd point that out. So I'm thinking we could quite easily do one of these quests if we just go to this pharmacy over here for some disinfectant rubbing alcohol. That's a pretty quick trip. So let's try to do these piecemeal, because if we try to do them all at once, I think I am bound to get very badly hurt or maimed. So I'm just going to do it my way, and hopefully everything will be nice. Okay, a little bit more zombie combat, and we are just about ready to reach the pharmacy here. Amazing. So I've just had to be very judicious with the way I've managed everything. I'm also cold now, which is going to start to hamper my health, but I don't think that will be so bad, because I'm going to get out of this in a moment. Oh, look, there's actually a car there. I do believe you can get a car in this game. Now, I never actually managed to make it happen the last time that I played, but, I mean, if we're doing a more extended playthrough right here, I may very well be able to make this happen. So, fingers crossed on that. Oh, gosh, that guy broke through a door. Is he going to be able to get to me, too? No, that's just the cold. Never mind. I'm fine. Right, well, a couple of zombies here. These are fearsome brutes, these ghouls. Oh, whoops, my machete broke. It's fine. We have so many hammers, it's not even funny. Let's just go through some of these. Nothing funny about having that many hammers, obviously. So let's go over here, and maybe we will find some rubbing alcohol in here. I'm gonna do that search. Skillful search is so useful. I'm so happy that I took that, just because it really does add up over time. No, not amazing, never mind, but still useful nonetheless. Let me just search through here, and I'll be back in a moment. Alright, well, I have pretty much managed to find everything except for what I was looking for. Maybe in this back room I'll get something. No coffee. I will eat the coffee, though. Acceptable. was just thinking that this game really feels like what a much more accessible version of, say, for example, Cataclysm Dark Days Ahead would feel like to me. Because I was just thinking, what does this add to the game? I mean, there was a way to kind of like, just kind of live your life before, but now you have a base of operations, so it means that you can do more extensive things. Oh, amazing, rubbing alcohol. At least I found one. I need 3, though. This man with his needs. Well, that is acceptable. You know, I may find that this car winds up being more useful to me in the end, so that is also acceptable. Alright, just one more zombie to take out here. I am tired. I was content a second ago, and now I am wet. Alright, let's search the car, see if we can find anything. Use. Oh, amazing. Wow, I actually do have gas cans around here. Fuel level 0 out of 17. Broken only 5.3, though. I bet you I could use this car to get around anywhere I wanted. Oh, wow, it's even got a revolver in it. Does this have any, ammo in it? This is going to be a game changer, man. I didn't expect I would find something like this. All right, let me use one of my many wrenches. Repair broken car as much as you can. All you need is a wrench. All right, fuel economy broken 4.1. I'm just going to finish repairing this thing. This is amazing. I'm going to get my own car. Oh, I love the way that this system has... I think I was just intimidated by the idea of repairing something. Maybe that speaks to just who I... Oh, wow. Oh, this is gonna be so much better, man. I need 3.4 fuel. I wasn't carrying around the gasoline with me because it was so heavy, but now this gives me a reason to, well, carry the gasoline with me. I'm gonna go back. I'm a little bit parched, but that's okay. I can make up for it. Let me just drink my water. Here we go. I found a lot of water in the pharmacy. And then I'm gonna come back and get some fuel for a car. Oh no, I've actually been hit by a zombie right here. This is terrible. I didn't get bit there. That can happen to you. Except that this happened because I had so little AP when I came back to the square. So that was actually not great because he took out my book armor, which unfortunately I guess I'm now going to have to make another piece of book armor after I finish reading this book. You fiend! You took out my book armor. Hammer was broken. It's fine. That's why you gotta manage your AP so well in this game, though. Alright, I have managed to locate enough gasoline so that I can now fuel the car. We are going to refuel to the maximum with all of the gasoline we located at Terminus. So now our fuel level is 8.4 out of 17. Fuel economy, 1.7. Fuel needed to move between adjacent places. This may become a dystopian nightmare of seeking fuel, but at the risk of that, you know, it is kind of hard to find some place to put items, so we can also de-unencumber ourselves in addition to that. So we have been just so encumbered for so long, so I think maybe we will put in some of our many wrenches as well as our gas. There's just so much to be done with a car once you finally have one, and now we can locate all of the other items that we need, and this is amazing. We've got just about everything. I guess I could put jewelry in here. There's so much stuff that I didn't really need. Maybe I'll go to a gas station, but just the possibilities are endless now. Endless, I say. So I am going to drive the car back to Terminus. It requires 3.4 fuel to move, and we will park it there, and then maybe we'll make another trip out to the gas station. Although, of course, 8.5 fuel required to go the other direction. Oh, actually, you know what? Let's just do it. Let's get as close as we can to the gas station, just because that might potentially be enough fuel to take me anywhere. We will use 6.8 to get here, so we'll get adjacent to it. Discovered a new place. Seems some survivors have decided to keep their home rather than leave it. Maybe you can trade for what you need. Oh, amazing. Maybe they have some gasoline. Let's close that. And... oh, great. They don't know who we are. Trade. Could we trade? Do you have gas? They do not have gas. You are utterly useless, and I'm sorry, I hope it gets better for you. All right, we will just remain outside of the home. Let me go here. It's very easy to get to the next place. I just have to survive a few more zombie attacks, which of course I am an expert in. So we will, oh, here we go. Much better. All right. I am, of course, like I said, a survival expert, and I will be able to make it through the rest of this. Alright, there are some very tough armored zombies right here, but it is no matter because I am extremely strong now from all my soldier perks and stuff like that. Normally, characters aren't really this strong, except our soldier, I will say, is a very strong man. So we are sitting pretty right now for a while. I'm going to have the rest of the water, and then we will go north to the gasoline station. Here we go, and amazing. We are heading north. Oh, whoops, not enough AP, never mind. Let's just wait around for a second. Probably twice. I am now depressed. It's time to read. That's right, it's the Bible. Stop being depressed. All right, here we go. We will wait, and that's probably enough, except it is still nighttime. I don't really want to break into another survivor's house, so I suppose let's just restore more energy. All right, good. I will be full of it when I arrive at the gas station beyond. Oh, but there's no power. Alas, I'm not sure we actually had to do any of this the last time. Maybe we'll need to restore power. I have to do a little bit of investigating here, I suppose, then. All right, let's just fight off the remaining ones around here. But, I mean, we could potentially set up shop around here and profit from the gasoline therein. Oh, we found a survivor, even. Wow, I guess we could start escorting these people to Terminus. Well, it would be nice if I could. I just don't have any power. So I feel sorry. Maybe we could somehow do something nice. I'm doing a little bit of talking with the other survivor. You know, I didn't really do that. All right, we're building trust. We're doing trust-building exercises, maybe like a trust fall. And I will rescue you. Amazing! I can now escort you back to Terminus. I don't think we actually controlled the second guy the last time that I played. But now we could potentially... Okay, he's following me. That is acceptable then, I suppose. I don't really want to confuse him anymore. Let's see. Alright, well, fine. What is your name? Demetria. You are at the place of the gas station. Well, welcome in here. Amazing. I think that's about all I have to say about that. I didn't expect I would find someone else, but maybe something useful out here. Alright, it is time to check the generator, and... Oh god, it requires fuel in order to use the generator, so we need fuel to get fuel. That is unfortunate, but I do believe that there is a little bit more at Terminus. So now it falls to me to make it back to Terminus, get the fuel, bring it back here, and then that will give me the fuel that I need to get the car. I know that sounds crazy, and it is, but that's what I have to do if I want to be able to get practically anywhere on the map, though, which would be amazing. So I guess we are going through... Well, all the way over here. We're going to have to get all the way back, though, to Terminus now, and I didn't even get here on foot, so this is getting increasingly dicey as we go. I think I will go there, however. That being said, we will have to go very roundabout, but, alright. It's going to be a lot of kind of trekking around, so I guess I'll just do that and see if I can get to the interesting part right here. But, hey, we've got a whole day ahead of us, and I'm doing mostly okay, sort of. Not really, but I have a lot of masochism and endurance, so hopefully I will be able to survive this. Alright, on my way back to Terminus, it seems as though I've completed some of the quests, so I am coming to the doctor here. I have completed the getting of medical supplies. This was just one that came up, as well as metal scrap, so I'm just going to turn these two in, but my trust seems to be rising. You know, it makes me regret... I don't know if I'll get to quite the end of the content here. Most probably not, just because I think that would be... It's shaping up to be quite a lot, but I think that kind of figures into what I was saying originally, which is more of a good thing then, anyway. Jolly good. Let's interact with Ben. Good. Well, he wasn't very positive with me, but that would have been nice if he was. I've still got to find some more electronic parts and disinfectant alcohol, but... You know, I'm kind of going off on my own mission anyway, so... Oh, and you also have a quest. I guess I must have missed, too. That is upsetting. In the meantime, I did return to Terminus and locate quite a lot of gas. We will need all of this to operate the place, as well as, well, I want to refill the gas containers themselves. It's going to be a struggle, a great struggle, but, you know, struggle is my middle name, so I am up for it. And, oh, look, also you have something to say, too. There's just so much to do here, man. Sarah, you're Michael, right? There are a few... One guy had asked for a piece of chocolate, for goodness sake. Right, we've got the storage areas managed. I pretty much know that. Report back to you with that. All right, well, I guess I'm just doing everything for everyone. Alright, that's another quest. I guess we're just trying to gain trust and morale here, so that is perfectly acceptable to me. Okay, through a little bit of fighting, we have made our way pretty much back to the gas station. It is just around the corner here. I did have to use my armor pretty much everything. Oh, goodness gracious. I did actually leave myself exposed to another hit. I didn't expect that one, but he was kind of around a corner, so... Let's go over there now. We'll still have 8 AP after the move, and sure enough, there is a big fat man here waiting for me. Alright, great. Well, he has a lot of stuff on him because he has a lot of body mass, and I stand corrected, this isn't actually it, but we are at the car, but should I use it is the question mark. No, let's wait for the gas station. Hang on a moment, I thought I was there. Folks, we have done it. We have made it to the gas station once again. Alright, so... oh no, this is the decayed zombie. That is unfortunate. Well, he doesn't have very good range, so we can just kind of walk around him, I suppose. That's fine. Ew. He disgusts me. I will return to the generator and refuel it, and then hopefully we will be able to get gas into our other gas cans, put them into the car, and then drive it around the corner. But give me a moment here as I execute my incredible plan. So if we... Oh, wow, we could even upgrade it. This is incredible. I will refuel it with, let's say 5. That seems like a goodly amount. 0.7 per hour it uses up. Let me just use up a little bit more, because that should get me, hopefully, the rest. And can I turn it on? All right, the generator is on. Noom, 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 noom. We can hopefully use that to get more gas, because logically it takes gas to get more gas out. But it does look and sound very good. Let me go. I've got an umbrella now. I am an incredible man. Let me refuel. Let me fill... Well, let's just do one at a time, man. Oh my goodness. I can refuel all of them? I can hardly believe how much gas this is. Look at me go. This is like liquid gold here. Yes, baby. Oh, yeah. That's what I'm talking about. It hardly even took up any AP. It's amazing what you can do in this game when you're not running away from people and eating food. I think we are set now. We will be able to refuel the car. We will be able to power down the generator, maybe leave a little bit here, spare, and then go on our merry way. And it will be, indeed, quite merry where we're going, because so far it has been terrible, and I've hated it. Every moment has been really hard for me, but let's try maybe refueling. Actually, we could just turn it off for right now. I don't need any more gas. We just have to get back to that car. Let's give it a minute. Yes, I have leveled up once again. Clean attack, ooh, or intuition. Oh, this is so hard to decide. Plus 25% damage when attacking with tools. Well, we've got a good number of weapons. Or minus 15% tool weapon condition decrease when attacking. That's not that much, but the 50% out of sight hit penalty, does that mean that I still have just 100% now? I think I'll take that, because I have to fight them so much at night. And now, look at all the skills I have. Where's my second intuition there? Yeah, so minus 100% hit chance. Oh, amazing, when attacking zombies out of sight. So now I always attack, or I always hit them when they're out of sight, I suppose. That's great. Oh, wow, I'm like so much better at night now. It's nice, it really is rewarding to see your character level up a little bit, because I was extremely weak to begin with. And I still am very weak, but not as much as before, and everyone is happy about that. Because I have nothing, and I am still no one. Alright, we've just about made it back to the car here, and it looks like there is maybe one more zombie right next to it. Let me just kind of stand back for a second here. I wish to lure him over this side, and I am parched once again. It's okay, I can just have some of my incredible drink, and we will... Gosh, there's so many. It's because we're literally next to a place called the... Well, it's essentially called the Danger Zone. It's the dangerous place, which is objectively terrible. The problem is that we keep having to get around this dangerous place. Let's refuel our car now. And I think that this will get just a little bit better for me. Let me do a maximum refuel. Now, how much does that get? Can I, by any chance, bring this back to the gas station? Look at me. So it is now... Oh, wow, that really did take a lot of fuel. Store items drive. Okay, so now we basically have a traveling mobile fortress. This has become ridiculously powerful in a very short period of time. My plan is to bring all of these gas cans back to the gas station, put them in the, refill them, put them into the car, and then just fill the car with everything that we need to get anywhere we want so that we can get to and from Terminus in an instant. You'll see. It is going to be very, very good, except it's still just going to involve a lot of driving. So let's see if we can drive it over to maybe the gas station finally at last. It requires 1.7 fuel. It's still so expensive. We'll just kind of make our way back and forth from here. I'm just going to refuel the car as I go, and then we'll get back to Terminus. Alright, I ran into some horrible zombie that took off like 10 HP, which was really unlucky. I didn't get bit, but man, that was a real bummer. I'm going to have to take some weak medicine here, man, because I just lost so much HP from that. I'm not even sure. Do I have rags? I mean, there's rags basically everywhere on the ground. Hang on a second. Let me just stop using these. I didn't even realize I had those on. I am not in such good shape right here, although I can stop the bleeding, but now I have a headache too, just out of nowhere. This is why I've been really I'm overextended right now is the problem. How far can you go? Okay, you can't actually hit me. It's a good thing the decayed zombie isn't over here. I still don't really have much of a way of dealing with them. But just a lot to navigate here, my friend. Let's go ahead and, well, I don't really want to use up my rubbing alcohol because it's for that guy. I would rather use the antibiotic. Don't I have some other medicine? Whatever, it's fine. I can just be infected. I am a pretty gross individual after all anyway, so let's go ahead and use that. And no, I just have an infection. All right, well, it's fine. I can get back to the doctor, and then everything will be hunky-dory, as they say. All right, just one or two more to survive here, and then I get in the car, and then I go back to Terminus. I get healed up, and then I can do anything I need to do, except I'm still losing HP from the infection and the cold. That's not so great. I don't like that. But I am an extremely powerful combatant, and almost no one can stop me, so that is the bright side. Anyway, let's go finish off these last two. And did anyone have a chocolate bar on them? No, but you had some dried fish. Well, that will do. The bizarre rewards that I experience for the fighting of zombies. Let me go ahead and just use this gas pump to refuel. Oh, you can go directly to the car. I wish I had seen that before. I'm going to fill everything to the max, and then we're just going to drive back. And just you wait. You and me are going to be so happy. I will drive all the way back to 11.9 for Terminus. Man. But this is the route I have to go. I have to go all the way around Dangerous Place. So here I go. Holy cow, that was so fast. I can't believe I'm not in the future because it feels like I just teleported. We now are able to... Well, I'm very upset right here, but it's okay. I should survive a few more seconds to get into Terminus. This is what I'm talking about. This is so good. But man, we used up a lot of fuel getting in there. And do we fill up our gas? Oh no, for some reason it... Did I not refuel them? Well, I got some. I might be able to get back like halfway. And it gets better for me because that was the hardest trip. All right, so we're back at Terminus, and I'm going to go upstairs to the doctor because I am disgusting. I am infected. I am really not feeling very good, and it's nice to have some place where you can just lean to, though. I mean, I'll just go through this one cutscene right here. Whoops, I went a little too far, but it's okay because I'm not using up that many AP at a time. Let's go up to the doctor. And where are you? I need a heal. Oh, whoops, it's the other way. Never mind. I am dropping HP by the second. Help me, please. I am very scratched up and bruised. Request treatment. Yes. Play the Pokemon Center music. I feel so good now. All right, it's time to go get a meal. It's nice to have some place to call your home in the game. Because it was really like you were running on empty. Everything felt very temporary in the base game. So it's nice to have just some option of having someone take care of you, you know? It makes me feel good. It makes me feel right. So I guess we could do this now to secure all of the other things. The last of the disinfectant alcohol, the electronic parts, and the chocolate bar for Thomas. Perhaps there will be more in the future, but those don't sound so unreasonable anymore, because before I was saying, like, these are crazy quests. Chocolate bar? You want me to risk my life? Well, it is a zombie game, so of course we have to do ridiculous things, but maybe, you know, like Zombrex would be fun. So here we go. I love how in this game, books are the primary source of armor. It's like the developer saw a book and was like, reading what? Armor is clearly the optimal use of this chunk of pieces of paper, you know, like... Naturally, the next time I see a book, that's all I'm going to want to do with it, is to just strap it to my arm and use it for protection. But look, here I go around now with 2 armor blocks. Can I get a 3rd book somehow strapped to me? Just strap books all over my body? You would think that that would be an inconvenience, and yet somehow this is the superior form of protection. Let me see. Oh my goodness, I can at least make a 3rd one. Let me get it ready for the inevitable biting off of one of my books so that I can use it as... Yes, I have a 3rd stack of armor from a 3rd book strapped to me. This is amazing. Oh, I love this game. They seem to be getting new quests from a lot of the NPCs over here. Marcus, Michael, get over here. I'll keep this gun with... A gun without bullets is just scrap metal. We need ammo. Okay, so we need to get ammo. I'm assuming that I'm going to start to get some of this if I go on these quests, because I did find some. I have 3 ammo out of 20 needed. All right, well, this gives me better reasons to go to other places. Can I at least use some of your supplies, sir? I mean, like, if you're going to send me on potentially life-ending quests, you might as well be a little bit nice to me, you know? I mean, I see just more books to strap to myself for protection. Amazing. Ironically, I have located all of the required items for some of the last quests here in Terminus itself. So you don't actually have to leave the compound, which is kind of nice. So some of this is just a little bit errand boy. But I mean, you know, you can kind of roam around as you like. So I'm going to go ahead and give these electronics to, who is it? Isaac. Amazing. So let me go ahead, take these, and a piece of chocolate for Thomas, because my role has become just that trivial. And now we have 44 relations with Terminus. Did we get anything at 50? I would guess that's like the number that we're aiming at here. 49. Need a little bit more disinfectant, alcohol, and ammunition. Can I touch these items? No. Looking for something? What a passive-aggressive... Alright, well, never mind. No, I just got you chocolate. I risked my life for your cravings. Be nicer to me. I have found the last of the rubbing alcohol, and that means that we are pretty much good. I'm gonna send that to the janitor, and that's all my base quests. Alright, amazing. We are now at 54 trust with Terminus. What it is that I can do with all of this trust is not 100% clear to me. I'm assuming that I'll be able to get out onto the platform, but before then I need to collect ammunition, which I think quite clearly is most probably going to be in either the military base or the police station, if not both. But am I able to talk to Gideon? No, it doesn't seem as I have any new interactions with him. I guess I'll just hang out a little bit longer. But then it would be nice to get out onto the platform or something like that. I mean, what's all this candy bar life throwing self of in the way for, if not to access some new areas, you know what I'm saying? So maybe something nice will happen if I do that. AP required to move, or can I just do it right now, right? Path to the platform is sealed. Yeah, there you go. Well, I'm assuming that I'm gonna have to leave here anyway, so let's go ahead and get some ammunition outside. Oh, I stand corrected. It looks like we are having exclamation point time with Carlos and Logan. Let's speak to them. Come here a sec. What's going on? I need my rifle for the next run, all right? It's in the armory on the 2nd floor. I've got too much on my plate right now. Go get it from... Okay, all right. Well, maybe I will somehow get ammo from this excursion. Michael, over here. Zombies just showed up near the main gate. You think people will come if they... no, shelter needs to look like one. Get out there. Why, aren't you supposed to be the guard? Do I have everything? Alright, well, whatever. Fine. Be nicer to me once again, but I guess I will maybe somehow be able to combine these two. Alright, it looks like we are at 60 trust, and I literally brought Logan a rifle, and yet he refuses to help me clear out the entrance, and he's given me a knife. This is... I was better off without these people. I do hope that you can get like a little bit of help in one of these. Are you just totally on your own? Okay, maybe I am on my own. Just a quest of meeting a lot of really, oh god, unhelpful people. One of these guys is very fast. Who has that much speed? Oh, it's you, but you are dormant. All right. I will let them come to me. Let me just go walk back over to the entrance, and they will scratch upon the gates. Scree! Scree! Hear them coming like rats. Alright, amazing. I can just fight them now. I guess this is a fairly straightforward quest, though. Unlike some of the other ones were a little bit like, where do I go? But, well, it's more like open-worldy. You know what I'm saying? Zombie runner. Okay, but he is dormant. A dormant zombie is nothing to fear until it is, of course, no longer dormant and it becomes mint. Right, here we go. We will hit that and that one, and I guess this is just straightforward combat. Now, this would be harder with other characters. I can't believe the amount of combat I've had to do, though. The one thing in this mode is that you really do need, at least I guess except for the, like, errand boy missions. In the original base game, you don't really have to do quite as much combat. You can, like, kind of run around and avoid it in a lot of ways. Like, I'm just escaping, don't mind me, but this time it seems as though I've really had to rely on it quite a lot. Although I guess you could play on easier difficulty, because to be quite honest with you, I do not find normal difficulty to be normal. I find it to be kind of hard, or at least you gotta think about it. Well, it's not that hard, but I mean, you know, it does kind of require you to slow down, that is to say. Alright, I have completed your quest giver. I'm really getting, like, a lot of good murder hobo energy from this now. Good work. The area is clean. You know, like, the games where you, like, take out the quest giver. Like, I mean, like, the Neo Scavengers and the, oh, what was that other game? Soul Lash, that type of thing. Those are always the best types of indies. Alright, well, replenishing ammo now. You know, I'm gonna see how much further I can get here if I can find the ammo, and if not, then, well, I've done a lot of quests. I feel significantly more powerful than I did to begin with. And I actually feel like I'm starting to kind of make a way of life for myself, albeit in board gamey sort of fashion, which is nice. Alright, it's time to return to everyone's favorite gas station. Do we have any other gas station here? It would be nice to have a little bit of, like, a search function right here, because some of the, or even just different icon colors, because I feel like that would help me differentiate some of these. Although we do have a police station right there. That might be easy to get to or from. I'm just thinking of how we're going to get through to another gas station, because it is a little bit iffy. Excuse me, a little bit iffy there, yeah. But maybe, I don't know, I've just had it easy for now, having this gas station so close to me. But again, it does kind of, like, change every single time that you do it. All right, let's use up just about the last of our fuel there, and then we will refuel at the pump. Okay, we have taken out all of the remaining fuel. You know, I'll say it's very nice to be able to use all of this game's other rich systems whilst I am doing this DLC, because there were so many of these things that I just passed by in the base game where I was like, well, don't have time for that, don't have time for that, and don't have time for that. It is sad to be me, except this time I actually am able to do some of it. Let me just, maybe I can refill the generator and then get even more gas. Let me do a max refuel here. Leave the generator on. It can take 58, man. 58? I guess I've used up, okay, give me a second. Yes, we will leave it on because I need to go get more. It's just some of these things, I guess this uses up a lot per turn, but I guess if you got it to full, then you'd be pretty much fine. Just power for days, man. You love it. All right. Heading back over here. And this is getting a little bit mundane, but you get the idea. All right, I have located what I think is the nearest location where it is likely to have ammunition. There's a police station right around here. The military base up here also looks like a possibility, and the gun shop over here, but that requires 18.7 fuel. So I think I'm going to try it over here first, because I'll be able to pretty easily get back to the gas station if I want to. You're only able to make it as far as the house because of the debris. That's fine. We are actually in a pretty good spot right here. It's just nice to be able to zoom back and forth. My character is getting so powerful, though, just from moving around and defending myself, as well as getting all this transportation going. Like, it's a slow start at first, to be sure, but once you start to get it, I actually feel like I've got a good thing going now. And the car is working out quite nicely in the game. I was thinking about this, like, in a square-based game, how will a car work, you know? And it seems to happen nicely here. I will get a disease if I hit this zombie, but I do actually have antibiotics. He's in an extremely inconvenient location. I think I will actually just take him out. Or can I just take out his... Nope, everything is going to cause a disease. Alright, I will just get the disease. I am diseased, and I accept it. I will use my medicine. I no longer have a disease. You love it when it's that simple. Alright. Clear by hand or shovel. Oh, look, I have a separate shovel clearing animation. Wow. Incredible. Shovel time. Ah, yes. Oh, the debris is gone. Yes. All right, I will drive. We have arrived at the police station. Life is good here, and I think I will... Man, it's still daytime. We can even make use of the daytime. This is getting so... It's so nice. I love it when a game rewards you for being careful at the beginning, and then you suddenly start to kind of snowball your power. That's kind of what I'm getting here, man. It's like you... I'm not getting the ammunition I'm looking for, though. That's too bad. But, hey, at least I can come and go from places as I please. I do hope that the fuel pumps last forever. Alright, cool. I will search the rotten corpse. Oh, yes! I found so much ammunition on this corpse. I didn't expect that. That was pretty lucky. Amazing. Cool. More HP for me. Good. And, nope. That's the outside world. But this is pretty good, man. Oh, I even found a shotgun. That's incredible. Wow. I think it's all... Is it all just generic ammunition? Might actually be good, because then I wouldn't have to find... like individual bullets rather than shotgun shells if it just goes under ammo. That would be ideal for me right now, but I found a tote bag. Lots of good things in here, actually, and one more room to explore. I guess this gets a little bit old after a while. I did this in the original video a little bit more, going through every individual room, but I've kind of slowed it down here just because there is quite a lot. There's a lot I've done off camera this time, but I think you get the picture. But yeah, I've done a lot of snowballing off camera, I suppose. All right, here we go, one more, and I probably am, knowing my luck, not going to find the ammunition here. But hey, it was worth a shot. And, oh, I stand corrected, it was just exactly enough, well, 21 out of 20, and 1 despair. Amazing. Ah, yes, I can return home in glory! All right, we can make our way back to Terminus, and we are good. I think I have enough fuel. Let me just make sure. Yep, I am totally full on fuel. This is great. I am going to drive, and I'm back to Terminus. Amazing. Cool. All right, I've become depressed just from not doing anything that makes me happy. Reduces AP recovery by 15% due to low morale. I guess I said something like that at the beginning. That is really bad. It's just like if you just don't read a book for a few hours, he's like, what's the point? It's the worst. The dialogue is great. All right, cool. We have got the ammo replenishment, and then we'll see what goes from there. All right, I've completed the quest. Good. Bullets say more than words ever will. You've just proved you're not all talk. All right, amazing. The big, strong man is happy with me, and good days will come. Let us see if there's anybody else who is interested in ya boy. Alright, we've got Nathan with POI here. It's been days since I've had an hour of real sleep. Sleeping pill. Yeah, I think I already have everything that you need, man. I already got all that. There we go. I can get you. And 77. I've probably done enough loot goblining to be good with that. All right, give me medical. I'm fine. I just wanted to ask the doctor for help. Patient's condition is deteriorating. Oh, I wish he'd asked me about bandages before. Oh well. Oh, that guy does not look good. All right, well, I'm looking around a little bit more. It looks like I've got some more porridge. Well, I can always come back and get some porridge. That's nice. But I'm sustaining myself quite well here, and I've got a number of different quests. I'm assuming that if I get to, like, higher trust levels, I've done probably, I don't know, 10 or 12 missions. Oh, wow, I even got another skill right here. But that is to say, like, whoops, it looks like I got leg strike, AP consumption, minus 10 AP to move to another place. That's actually great. On a path you've already used. That's pretty great. I think, although... Pathfinder is just so good too. I'll eventually get both. You know what I'm really sensing from this, I'm just gonna skip through this dialogue. I've got a lot of quests to do here. Trace of a sibling. There are quite a lot of things to do here from the hub, but really this is turning into a full campaign rather than what the base game was sort of like just a quick roguelike mission. But if you wanted to take a character and after you escaped, or even having developed a character up, to really flesh out that character, I think that this is a nice way to give the game a lot more replay value. So if you enjoyed the original Terminus, I feel like that there is something here if you want to see your campaign go on and actually grow more attached to your character, because I will say this, the last time that I played, it was a little bit like, you know, I mean, it was nice to get to Terminus, but at the same time, it's like I had just built up this whole character. And I know I played this with a pre-made character because my other guys had like terrible stats by the time I had finished, but hey, it's kind of nice to fully build up your character and keep all that retained over, so you have a guy who's really strong for doing all of these quests with. Now, I'm assuming, because I have seen like a little bit more of the like featured images, that I think you get to go out to the platform and stuff like that, as well as like do more I mean, it is Last Escape, so get away on the train, presumably. I don't want to spoil the ending, but yeah, like, there is a whole other quest line to be had here. Anyway, I think I'm going to turn in here because my character is getting tired after having been depressed, but you know, it's nice to have, like, a full extension of a campaign of a game with that kind of like nice murder hobo energy like I was talking about before. Like, this is a lot of what got me into roguelikes at first, was this kind of game that you could take on like a laptop or an extended experience or something like that, and it didn't have to be so fast-paced. Something between like an FTL and a yeah, like a Neo Scavenger, like I've been talking about, or even a lot of those other zombie games that I had mentioned, but like a little bit more room for character customization, and just enough to kind of get to know your character, but not enough for it to be like, you know, I am still like a pixelated sprite overhead, and I didn't do too much customizing, but you can go watch part 1 if you want to see a little bit more of what was at the very beginning. Anyway, I think that's about it for now, though. I feel like I've made like a decent amount of progress here through Terminus. I'm assuming that if I get a little bit further, I'll get more like big events. But this would kind of necessitate a really big trip out, and I feel like I've done a good amount of that. I got the car working, and I feel happy with my progress, as well as, I am extremely over-encumbered, so I probably should go do something with all of my pliers now, so... Anyway, amazing, but Terminus, Last Escape. I do thank Long Play Studios for sponsoring this video. Once again, if you want to check out the game, click on my link in the description to find more stuff that you like. You got to check out the base game too. If you haven't checked out the base game, definitely worth it to try it for an escape before you check this out, I think, as well as, well, I mean, I was able to just get right into this experience, but yeah, check it out for yourself. Anyway, I think that's about it. As always, I'm Ambiguous Amphibian. I hope you found something more that you enjoyed from this video, and until next time.